It is an extremely hot day today, but I mean the sun is out, so I'm not going to complain about that, but it's really hot. Now we're going to grab some breakfast, did some yoga, meditation and some deep work in the morning, and yeah, probably just going to spend most of the day working, potentially getting to the gym a little bit later or going for a run or something like that. This is our guilty pleasure.
Hey, you put the...
Oh, you actually...
Yeah, you just have to ignore it.
It's going to be a packed day. I have a lot of stuff I need to get done, so I'm really fighting hard to not get overwhelmed and just take one thing at a time. I think it's one of the most valuable skills you can have as an entrepreneur, is just, you know, understanding that there's going to be so many things you can do, but, you know, figuring out how to prioritize and just remove the distractions, so only focus on one thing at the time and get that done. I want to do a community gathering in the end of the summer and get 3 or 4 entrepreneurs to come and just build a network and hang out for a week. And then it will be a full agenda with like cool stuff, so just like surfing, hiking, those kind of things, balanced with like networking, but also brainstorming and sharing ideas, and maybe doing some talks, sessions where, you know, I teach my lessons, another entrepreneur who is a specialist in another field teaches his or her lessons, and yeah, just hanging out and really doing what I wish I had earlier on in my entrepreneurial career, you know, somebody to share ideas with, having a community of people that are like-minded into business, self-improvement, growth, those kind of things. So that idea really stuck with me, and I think even though I don't really have an audience yet, just have like 400 something followers on Instagram and 100 subscribers on YouTube, and so far it's only been a few signups or people that wanted to be on the waitlist for the Lifestyle Designer Club community. So yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be a flop, but the thing is, I can book the Airbnb, I can start promoting it, and I can still cancel everything until April. If I can't fill it by April, then I can cancel, and there's really no downside. I get all my money back. So there's mostly just upside to this, I guess, except like the negative of potentially feeling embarrassed about launching something and then not having it work out. Watch this. Surf forecast? Fucking pumping. So we're gonna go get in the second session of the day.
I'm joining.
And he's joining. Really trying to get back in surf shape now. So even though I'm super tired, I'm sore from the workout the other day. My legs are absolutely destroyed. My upper body is also pretty sore. But yeah, we're just gonna get it done regardless, and then the body just has to adapt. So if you just keep pushing, the body's gonna learn, and it's gonna figure out that, hey, we need to increase the stamina, increase the muscle mass to keep up with this guy's schedule. So that's the plan. So now paddle hard, man.
Oh, you got it. What the hell? Oh my god. We're back in business. Oh. Yeah, one more. Oh, Denis. Turn around. Getting some fuel and then we're back to work after this. Definitely needed, much needed fuel right now. So, back in the hacker house, and that last session was pretty shit, to be completely honest. But I mean, I can't complain. Got out there, surfed for another hour and a half. So in total, like 3 hours of surfing today. And even though that session was pretty shitty, it was mostly because I was just so fatigued. And then my body felt weird in the water, didn't feel as confident getting into waves. But you know, I still did try a couple of them, and that's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. But yeah, really need to push to make sure that I have the progress that I need to have in order to get barreled in the next 4 years. And that's gonna be a big challenge. And we're definitely gonna have to step it up with the fitness to make sure that we get to a fitness level where that's just not the thing holding me back. It's just the surf skills that I need to develop. The fitness, the stamina, that should already be something I can work on outside of the water as well to make sure it's, you know, on top. But really right now it's the shoulders and the arms from all the paddling, and but it's okay, you know. Even though it was a shitty session, it's just sometimes that's how it goes, and it's just part of the progress, part of the journey. It's a new day. We're gonna go for some quick breakfast, then we're gonna go surf in the morning actually, and maybe we'll do 2 surf sessions today. So one of my goals, while I'm prioritizing surfing as much as I do, besides it being super fun, is I have a little bit of a fun goal, and that is that I want to get barreled before I'm 30. So if you don't know what a barrel is, some people don't know. If you don't know surfing, then you probably don't know what it is. It's called a barrel. Some people call it a tube.
But essentially what it is you ride a wave and you get covered by the wave. So the wave breaks over you and you're literally inside the wave. And it is like the holy grail of surfing. A lot of surfers go their whole life without getting barreled, especially like amateurs, people that just do it for fun. Like, getting barreled is not easy because you need a certain wave to be able to get barreled. Very few waves actually do barrel. So the wave needs to be, first and foremost, needs to be big enough to actually be able to fit you inside of it. And for me, that's a big one because I'm 6'5", so I need a pretty big wave if I wanted to cover or fit me, basically. So yeah, it's not going to be easy. And it's also not just about the size. The wave needs to be big, but it also needs to be hollow. It needs to be really steep. That's the only way the wave can actually barrel. Because if not, it's just going to be like water going down at like a little bit of an avalanche. But you need it to be so steep that it like throws over and creates a tube. And for a wave to get that steep, it needs to be really shallow. That's the only way that would happen. So yeah, that basically means danger, because you need big wave and shallow beach or shallow reef. That also means it's dangerous, you know. So yeah, that's why I need to level up, get extremely fit, get my skill level up so that I can take off on the steeper waves, and also be able to like pull into the barrel section. So yeah, it's gonna be a long journey to get there. If I'm gonna be able to do it before I'm 30, I have, you know, like a little bit more than 4 years left. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I've had a lot of progress the last year, but I still haven't been close to anything like barrel level. Wow, look at this view. Holy shit. It's a nice view. There we have the channel. So it should be an easy paddle out. Just get into the channel and let it take me out. Ah, it's beautiful. Holy shit. Crystal clear, blue, clean water. Way too big of a breakfast this morning. Oh, I feel like I'm 200 kilos. 2 pancakes with peanut butter, that's too much. But on the other side, now we might be able to stay on the water for hours before we get hungry. So, pros and cons.
Now we have like 100 stairs to walk up. Oh yeah. It was a really fun session, even though it wasn't long. Still got some turns in, which felt really good. It felt a little bit stiff, but that's just because I am stiff right now. I need to do more mobility and simply just take better care of my body when I'm not surfing, so that when I get in the water and it's good waves, good conditions, I can just pick up where I left off. But yeah, progress, slow but definitely progress. The one thing, TOT, the one thing. That's what we write down on this whiteboard every morning. And I have one thing, then he has one thing, and we hold ourselves accountable to making sure that regardless of how many things you get done that day, that one thing needs to happen. So today I'm going to record a long form YouTube video based off of my newsletter from yesterday, and it's a pretty good way to just stay inside and work.
Alright, so let's talk a little bit about what I'm currently doing, what I spend my time on, and what I'm currently building. So as of right now, I'm really focusing on trying to balance my focus here so I don't spread myself too thin. But it's really like focusing on what makes me money, which is my agency, and my passion project that I, on the long term, want to turn into my full thing, right? So I think when you're an entrepreneur, you spend the first few years just really figuring out where you want to make your money, really. You know, trying different things. And for me, I've kind of been in the same thing for a very long time. I've been selling Facebook ad services, performance marketing to e-commerce businesses. And that's been a big benefit for me of just focusing on that one thing, because that made me build my brand around it on YouTube. And now I have a network of a lot of businesses that I've been working with and that I'm currently working with. So it's just like been compounding over time because I've been sticking with the same thing for very long. That being said, I'm going to be honest and say that Facebook ads, you know, advertising products that very often it's not really essential products that are helping people or transforming people's lives. It's just like impulse purchases. You know, applying my expertise to getting people to buy shit they don't need is not really something that fuels me in terms of the deeper side of things. So that's why I'm more and more becoming aware of what I want to transition into, and it's really clear to me. Back in 2019, before I started my business, I was in the gym one day and I all of a sudden had an idea of creating a community or a blog about lifestyle design. Lifestyle design is an idea from the 4-hour work week. It's about designing your life not just for making money, but for having the freedom, being where you want to be and doing what you want to do and spend your time how you want to while also making money. And I just love that idea. So back then I wanted to turn that into something, but at the time I didn't really have any experience. I hadn't started any businesses yet. So I needed to start something and learn and get into business before I could build that. So I pretty much just built a business around lifestyle design for myself, which is having the ability to travel the world and surf. But now I've pretty much done that, and sure, I could continue to scale this company and get more clients, get bigger clients. And for a long time that's been my plan, but to be honest, there's something holding me back, and I think it's the passion around it. It's not meaningful enough for me. And I'm not a guy that's like monetarily motivated. Like, money has never been the core motivation for me. Sure, it's nice to make money, but you know, when I started working for my mom, I used to tell her, like, I don't want a higher salary. I know the business is growing and we're doing better, but I don't necessarily need a higher salary. I just want to grow this business with you. So I even told her, like, instead of increasing my salary, just reinvest that into more advertising so I can get more experience and we can scale your business more. So that's just goes to show that I've never really been that motivated by money. And I think that's also what's holding me back from scaling Strand Media in terms of the performance marketing side of things. It's not something that I'm too passionate enough about. But I do have another passion, which is building a community for entrepreneurs, because that's something that was so key for me to increase my life quality and make this journey more fun and sustainable. And it also made me get to a point where I can make more money, because I wasn't fucking depressed alone in my apartment, just hanging out with people that didn't really understand the entrepreneurial passion. So building that for someone else, but also building it for me, to be honest. Like, it's not just something I'm building for other people, it's definitely something I also want to have. And right now there's not really I know about communities I could join, but that's like for really high level entrepreneurs that's doing figures that I'm not doing yet. So I thought to myself that this is something I want to build myself. And to be honest, it's not really that much about the money. I'm sure I can scale it and the money will come and I will find a way to monetize it. But initially, I just want to make this into something where I can see the transformation of entrepreneurs finding, great friends, finding people to connect with, network with, share ideas with, and potentially partner with. So people can partner and also feel inspire each other. Humans are social beings, and so much of the energy that we get is coming from hanging out with like-minded people. From there, I think everything else will just grow. If I can crack the code of YouTube, get people to sign up for Lifestyle Designers Club, get people to sign up for the in-person events, meetups, then from that point, I think it should be growing that really naturally. Alright, so we just finished up some work and now we're gonna try to go for a run. Let's see how it goes, because it's not really easy to find any running trails here in Bali, but I think there's one near the golf course there, so we're gonna try to go for a run there. One more lap before we end the day. I'm gonna get back to some food and another work session before we end it. But I'm so happy I did find this spot, this trail right here. Running past my own camera and picking it up. It's fucking awkward.